What's going on, beautiful people? Big up on yourself, whether or not they are yard or broad member or no large. I see it. Now, remember to like the video, remember to share, comment, and subscribe to the channel for support and growth. With all of that said and all of that done, I go jump into the intro, then I go come back with what I feel in. And the details. A Trelawny man is suspected to have drowned in the Touch Hill River in St. Anne's on Monday evening. He has been identified as 26-year-old Duje Dean, otherwise called Bobo, of Spicy Hill, Duncans in the parish. According to police, around 6 p.m., residents raised an alarm after seeing Dean's body floating in the river. It was a case of murder and immediate jungle justice in Westmoreland on Monday morning, after a businesswoman was gunned down and her alleged killers were subsequently attacked by a machete-wielding resident in a bizarre turn of events. The deceased has been identified as 39-year-old Lativa Helps, also known as Lati, from the community. Reports indicate that Helps, who own and operate Lati's Sports Bar and Restaurant, arrived at her establishment shortly after 8 a.m. when she was confronted by gunmen on a motorcycle. The men allegedly asked her to identify herself. She reportedly attempted to run off, but was pursued by one of the men who shot her multiple times in the upper body. It is understood that as the men tried to escape, they were struck down by a bus whose driver had witnessed the incident. The gunmen reportedly ran into nearby bushes and were chased by scores of angry residents who police say chopped one of them multiple times. He later succumbed to his injuries. A video which has now gone viral on social media shows angry residents with machetes arguing with the police and the military to free the injured man so they could complete the jungle justice. Help's cousin said that she had been robbed on Friday night. Additionally, she had fallen victim to another robbery just 2 months ago. She also said that her cousin was parked and in her vehicle and saw men on a bike in mass. She called and told someone that it looks like they were about to rob the bar again. The cousin described Helps as a hard-working, kind and loving person who had been operating her business since 2016. The St. Catherine North Police and members of the Major Investigation Division are probing the triple murder of a family in Waterloo, St. Catherine, about 3 a.m. on Tuesday, September 5. The deceased have been identified as Omar Wellington, 43, a sales representative, Sharon Francis Wellington, 35, cashier, and Orlando Wellington, 16 years old, a student.
Citizens reportedly hearing explosions in the area, and they made some checks sometime after 5 where they saw the bodies of 3 individuals from their community and alerted the police. On arrival, the police saw the bodies of 3 individuals, 2 males and a female. From all indication, they are family. It must appear to be a mother, a father, and a son. The son has been identified as a 16-year-old student, Orlando Wellington, of the Innswood High School in St. Catherine. Both parents, one work at an auto parts place in Spanish Town, and the other work as a cashier at a supermarket. What we are trying to ascertain now is what could have been the motivation behind this particular incident. They are using whatever lines of inquiries that they are following to see if they can actually put bits and pieces of this investigation together. Not much is known now, so the members of the scenes of crime are there processing the scene. The investigation is being led by detectives from the Major Investigation Division, and that is done in collaboration with the investigators from the St. Catherine North Division. So they are hoping that sooner or later they may have some concrete information that can even inform the arrest of some persons. Based on what they are saying and looking at the scene, it's a little different from the normal scenes that they have seen, in that the female, based on information that they gather from the relatives, is said to be pregnant. But they also noticed that the hands of the victims were bound, and that, based on their experience as senior investigators, suggests a direction that they should be looking in terms of the investigation. But they're a very competent team of investigators are on this case, and I think the effort right now is to see how best they can find the person or persons responsible so that they can get some closure for the family. A lot of persons are mourning. We're just into the back to school time now, and the school has lost a student. So we really want to appeal to individuals. We're of the opinion that there might be persons in the community who are aware of who the perpetrators may be, and we would love for them to give us the information, whatever information they have, so that we can arrest those persons as quickly as possible. Because when you have those persons at large, one of the things that you see in cases like these is the whole question of reprisal. So we want to act very quickly to take the matter into our own and to have the investigators treat with the matter. So if you know who the persons are, we really want them to report the matter to the police so we can deal with it, because when it is done otherwise, then we continue to see this cycle of killing and reprisal. So whatever information you have, there are avenues out there that you can make these reports and be anonymous. You can call Crime Stop at 311. You can call the NIB helpline hotline at 811. You can actually go to the detectives at Spanish Town. If you're not feeling comfortable going to Spanish Town, you can actually make your way to Kingston at the NCB South Tower. That's where you have the CIB headquarters as well as the headquarters for the Major Investigation Division. So we want to do a lot of work. You would have seen in the past and in recent time that once the police have the right information, we will solve the cases, and we'd really love to solve this one.
The Hunts Bay Police are keeping a close watch on Sherlock Crescent area of St. Andrew following the murder of a 56-year-old man on Sunday. Dead is 56-year-old Douglas Stewarton, otherwise called Rastaman, of a Sherlock Crescent address in Kingston 20. Reports are that around 7:20 p.m., Sherlock was standing at his gate when a lone gunman approached him and shot him several times before fleeing the scene in a waiting motor vehicle. A resident of the community told a news source that Stewarton's death has triggered a sense of unease. Meanwhile, the Hunts Bay Police were called to another murder scene on Sunday night, this time on Nelson Road in Kingston 13, where 22-year-old Tajay Hines, otherwise called White Knight, was shot dead about 8 p.m. Residents summoned the police after hearing explosion in the area. When the lawmen arrived, they found Hines suffering from what appeared to be gunshot wounds to his head.